Okay, let's figure out a couple doodles here so that we can try to minimize some of what you've got there already.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay, let's see here. So,
I loved getting a bigger phone screen, getting a new iPhone, but I can't type with one hand. Jeez. The phone doesn't reach the other side of the screen.
yeah, I know that feeling. I've been dealing with that problem for a long time.
Is there audio on that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. Never know. Could be useful information.
Yeah, I have a client who's a North County police officer, and he always has fun stories to tell me, so we have to turn the audio off.
Yep. I got all kinds of stories, but they're from the other side of that situation. And fun might not be the right word. It feels good to get this fixed, though.
Let's see. So let's kind of keep that in mind when we're shading. Kind of. I may not get all the lines, but we'll figure that in the background.
Yeah.
Just because they didn't line up perfectly, and I don't want to have
That's
to
fine, yeah. I'd
try it, try.
I'd rather it look true to size and what it's supposed to be, and we can deal with the rest later. I have enough ideas for you that you should be able to hopefully figure something out for the background. Spent one night last week just looking up other pictures and mixing ideas together, and I'd rather do something really cool with the background and let that just be what it is, and then just put swirls or stars or whatever behind it, which is what I originally planned on doing.
Well, that's about the extent of prison tattoos.
Yeah, okay. I've seen some really cool ones, but they are few and far between.
Yeah, no.
Very few and far between.
Very, very true.
I think there's like one, there's one guy, I guess, who's known throughout Missouri as far as when you're in prison, but everybody knows his name, and I would assume he's an artist on the outside too, and he just happens to get into a lot of legal trouble. But he's very well known, and I've seen some of his stuff, and I couldn't tell the difference between a professional tattoo and what he does, but that's the only person I can think of that you can't tell the difference.
Yeah, I mean, I would get a lot of people that would come into my shop when I was in Idaho, because a lot of people would do time in California, and then get people get out of prison in California, and they've been bunking with somebody.
Yeah. That's what it was.
Like summer camp,
Yeah.
with somebody in Idaho, and the person in Idaho would be like, "Oh yeah, Idaho's really cool." So they'd come in and they'd bring their woman with them who had all their tattoos, and it's like, great, but can you show me a real portfolio?
Yeah.
And there was one guy, his stuff looked pretty good, but I don't know, he had this attitude that I'm just like, dude, that's not going to work here.
That's a big part of it, absolutely.
Like,
you can be the best artist in the world, but if you're going to rub every customer you get the wrong way, then...
yeah, it was just like, and I'm the owner, don't rub me the wrong way.
Yeah. That's fair.
Because I was going to let him tattoo. One of my apprentices was like, I'll let him tattoo on me, I'm like, okay, cool, Well, and I'm like, well, it has to be a time when I'm become available to me much. And it just, it was during a busy time. And he just kept, he would come back, he's like, well, when's this going to happen? I need this to happen right away. I'm like, dude, this happens on my time.
Yeah.
Like, you can't respect that.
Yeah. That's true.
So, needless to say, I told him to get out of my shop.
Yeah, that's fair. I would say that's plenty fair.
I get we have people, I know people that even are just at home and stuff, and they're like, come in with like their, they bring in their girlfriend or whatever and be like, well, here's my work, and it's like, okay, but I want to see other things you've done.
Well, plus you can't even technically verify that that's his work.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be a pretty dumb thing to do, to come in and show someone else's work and expect to be able to. But I guarantee it, yeah.
I used to work with a guy, the shop I was in, where they basically told me I needed to start tattooing. There was a guy that worked there that he would print pictures off the internet and post them up on the wall and in his portfolio and on his Facebook, saying that these are tattoos he had done. So people would be like, oh, cool, can you do that tattoo? And a lot of it was like tech stuff, like really fancy tech stuff. And they'd come in and be like, yeah, I'd really like that text you did. Can you do that on me, or do something like that on me? Well, he can only do like one text.
Yeah. The one font.
Just the one font. And it was like, and it wasn't very good.
Oh, man.
And like, I actually had a couple clients that became clients of mine later on after he got fired for moonlighting. He was taking all his stuff home. He was posting stuff on Facebook that he did, but none of it was done at the shop.
Yeah.
But these two girls ended up becoming clients of mine, and they're like, yeah, we asked for, he had these fonts on the wall, we asked for one of those, and this is what he gave us. I'm like,
damn.
Oh,
yeah, I don't know how you expect to get away with that for too long.
There used to be a guy that had somebody come into the shop I was working at, and there's a tattoo artist named Alec DePaz, or Pays DePaz, I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce his last name. Incredible tattoo artist, just like phenomenal. And he does a lot of color portraits of like animals and stuff. And there's this panther head of his that probably everyone has ever seen if they go search for tattoos. Well, this guy came into the shop I was working at, and he's like, hey, I was just wondering if you could fix this for me. And I look at it, and I'm like, wow, that's interesting. And he's like, yeah, it was supposed to look like her. I started pulling up some pictures, and I'm like, was it supposed to look like this? And he's like, yeah, he had that in his portfolio that he had done that. And this is what I get. And I'm like, no, the guy who did this is
wow,
a top tier tattoo artist. Yeah. I'm like, wow. I can fix what you have, but I can't make it look like this. This guy,
wow.
I was like, wow, some people.
Oh, that's wild.
But some people just, it's just how some people are. Stop moving, artist.
That's a little more than I expected it to, compared to the guitar string. Still beats the guitar string.
Yeah, well, it depends on which string you're using.
I don't remember which one it was.
You're using low E?
It was, no, I can't remember which one's which. I play drums, I'm not a guitar player.
So low E is the top string?
Yeah, it was D then. It would have been D then. Well, part of the D, because the D's woven up.
Low E, which is, the single.
Yeah, definitely not that one either. Somewhere in the middle.
Or high E, This wasn't a bass string.
Yeah, good point.
Ram that thing in there.
Get some good thick lines for you. And some good scarring.
I've got some 14 round liners over there if you want to try one of those.
No, this is fine.
I can get some 18s. Oh, hey, whoever's watching, thanks for dropping in. That might be my dad. That's on Twitch.
I let him know. Oh, it's not on YouTube?
Yeah, it's whoever's watching on Twitch. So.
Never mind.
I don't know why it's not showing me the chat. It should be, but maybe they're not chatting. Maybe they're just watching.
Yeah.
It's like watching paint dry, but
It can be interesting. I'd be more interested like halfway through the tattoo.
yeah, the line work at the beginning is usually pretty boring though. It's just not something exciting. Of course, this machine's considerably more expensive than a Walkman motor.
Ours was a beard trimmer motor, thank you.
That's just because they don't make Walkmans anymore.
There was one guy in there. He was about 85. He was a Mexican fella, and he had a Walkman still with his Spanish CDs. But that's the only time I saw one. He would keep a razor blade in his underneath his tongue 24/7.
Damn.
Even though I wasn't at a place that was like that where we needed to do any of that. It was very low risk, relaxed, but I guess he was just, that's how he rolled.
Probably been in some place way worse at some
Yeah,
point.
absolutely.
Or has watched way too many movies. So, this machine I'm using is $1,500.
Damn. I'm usually not too bad pain-wise. I haven't had any problems with this one. That one kind of sucks towards the ankle.
Well, you got to think too. We're going over some areas you've been tattooed previously, so there's going to be scar tissue. There's going to be scar tissue there, so it's going to definitely feel. You're going to feel a little more.
Yeah, I didn't even consider that.
I mean, I thought about putting it in your bone, but
I appreciate you deciding against it.
you definitely don't want to tattoo that deep.
My pain tolerance is getting lower and lower.
It
the older
does.
that I get.
It does happen.
That spot sucks. That was where it sucked the first time too, right up by the wrist.
Yeah, I can feel you.
I'm trying.
Tensing up.
I'm trying.
Big time. That's okay. Yeah, it's just try to go with the pain. Just let it,
Well, this is the first sober tattoo I've ever gotten to. That helped.
Oh, okay, yeah. Good thing one of us is. No, I'm just kidding. I've never tattooed.
How many times you made that joke?
I don't know, honestly.
That wasn't the first, though.
I had a client that every time I'd tattoo her, she'd always bring alcohol because she was always like way after everything. And She'd be like, well, you can have one. I'm like, yeah, when we're done, I'll have one, but...
Not too often.
But she was a good friend, and I usually a lot of times had to tattoo her after hours because she had to wait till her husband or ex-husband would watch her kids and stuff, so she could come and get tattooed. So I'd stay open because I wasn't dating or anything, so it was like, yeah, I have no problem just hanging out. Either that or I'd go home and be bored or, sit and tattoo a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Have a couple drinks afterwards. Trying to get set up with a camera from another angle so people can see better, but I've got stuff coming that I'm waiting for that will make it a little bit easier for me to set up. So I'm going to, I'm not going to make it come all the way down because you have this coming through. I don't know if I can hide that line when we do the color, but I want the color to be able to flow through there.
If anything?
Yeah. If anything,
through it if you can.
Yeah. If anything, it'll just I'll try to make as much of it disappear as possible when we do the color. So that way, you might just be seeing a little bit of the drumstick back through, but I don't want to bring it all the way down to the Triforce here because then I can't.
I got you.
I can feel this one's just going right along your old line there.
Outside. Same way when I get dental work though, I just tense up and can't help it to not breathe. I gotta remind myself to take a breath.
Yeah, sometimes that's easier said than done. Yeah, I'd had a bunch of dental work done last year. And they'd go in and be like, "Oh man, you're doing so good." And it's like, I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Run screaming?
As long as you don't pass out or kick them, you're doing good.
It's like, do you think I'm enjoying myself? No, I'm not.
I gotta get banging my whole mouth done to get them out and get some dentures.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be getting some. Some implants.
Too expensive for me. Too rich for my blood.
They're actually not
insurance at Second Shake.
Yeah, they don't offer insurance. Unless I have to pay for my own.
Yeah, that's the spot right there. I remember that.
I pay like $100 a month for dental insurance. So, but
for me, that'd be worth it though. Actually, unfortunately, I have a new toothache and I have like basically half my teeth need to be pulled and the other half should be pulled. And I have a new toothache and problem that needs it to where I need to get one pulled like every month or two.
Yeah, that's the only problem though is you have to wait like a year after you shine up before you can get all that stuff done. Yeah. Trust me, I had one of those toothaches that would come back every month.
Horrible.
I didn't have dental insurance for like 15 years. So it was like a lot of work had to be done. I never had my wisdom teeth pulled, so that had to get done.
Yeah, I feel bad making when I'm making my parents paying for braces when I was a kid for nothing.
My parents just went. So I went in there like, yeah, he really needs braces, and my dad's like, yeah, he'll be 18 soon. But that's the fun part about life is, you know, I always look back and go, man, if I'd only done this.
Yeah, real fun.
My dad wanted me to be an architect.
Oh, this is close.
Yeah. I sucked at calculus though.
Oh, okay.
High school calculus. I got into college. I took calculus years later because I was pre-med. It was like no big deal, you know. But high school, oh man, I just could not wrap my head around it.
I did great in high school. It was I started. Luckily, I graduated a semester early because that's right when things started getting tough as far as me going the wrong way with things. I don't know if I would have made it through that last 6 months if I had to go through the full year.
Okay, we're gonna switch needles up and start some shading. So we're gonna take a short break here, and we'll be back in just a couple minutes. So what I'm going to do is just go in and start doing some shading. We're going to try to make these look a little more real.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Try to cover up some of the... I can't cover everything that's there, but what we're going to try to do is just kind of push those to a different limit. So that way it'll still be there, but less noticeable.
Yeah. Well, I figured once
Alexa, stop.
So
once you add some shading and then we put color on the outsides of it, it'll help blend it into where you want to see it.
Even now,
Hopefully I'm the only one who'll be able to really tell in a
even now with that one little line that goes out here, you know, still it's going to be way less noticeable when all this stuff is done. So.
And I have so many, out of the ideas I have and stuff I want to add to the outside, there's all kinds of stuff that has dark colors you can put there.
Oh yeah, well, and you got to separate things, so. Okay, I'm going to grab a drink and then we'll get right back to it.
Alright.
Got two foot pedals. One's Bluetooth. The other isn't.
Which do you prefer?
I like the wireless a lot. But when you get into a lot of shading and stuff, and your battery dies a lot faster. I mean, that battery will last. That battery lasts about 4 hours.
That's not bad. Depending on how big of a piece you're doing, or session, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, that's really just a liner. You can't really... You don't want to do much else with that thing. It hits like a train. So it's like, really just boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
So you don't want to do too much with it.
Isn't there like a numbing spray that some people use before they get a tattoo?
There's numbing cream.
I can't imagine it helps much once you're 5 layers deep into the skin, though, right? I don't know.
Yeah, it does. It takes the edge off, but
I just remember hearing about it. I don't know anything about it.
we're actually clearancing out our batch that we have right now because it expires here. It's pretty end of next month, end of the year or something. I can't remember. But we usually carry because my wife used to do cosmetic. Well, she's getting back into it, but she used to do cosmetic tattooing.
What's that?
Like eyebrows and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Okay, we are back. You know the audio keeps going lower. The audio doesn't shut off.
Oh,
Okay. So,
Good to know as well.
I don't know. They have a.
they have a USB foot pedal that I'm thinking about getting where I can just tap it to mute it.
Yeah.
You know, that way it's. I'm sure I could set something up that. Oh shoot! Sorry. Once it goes to break, that it stops. But I don't know. It's this computer I'm using right now has a lot of problems with it. So every time I turn around, I'm having to reinstall stuff. So I haven't really had a chance to mess with it too much.
Yeah. Yeah, just do it like that for the rest of the time. We'll be good to go. I'm just joking.
It's called shading.
I don't know what some of like this right here. I don't know what the heck that was. He was like, oh, I'm gonna add a little bit of shading, quote unquote, to it just to make it pop. I'm like, I don't know.
Make it look more like breadstick.
I don't know, man. Like I said, the one he did on my shin was decent, but which is why I let him do this one. It's just, I guess, like you said, he's good at text or better at text, and this wasn't his forte. I don't know. Which eventually I wanted to get that, do something to it, because to the trained eye, anybody can tell what's prison work and what isn't.
Well, you should be thankful not everybody has a trained eye.
Yeah, that is true. But I had to get this one first. It's the one that people see most often, obviously. I don't wear shorts too often. The one on my chest is on my chest, so I don't gotta worry about it as much. But that one,
shorts all the time.
Like well, yeah, at home and when it's hot, sure. But like at work, I mean, I wear short sleeves at work, so everybody, you know, if I'm working drive-through or whatever, the main thing they see when I'm handing out food is my forearm.
Yeah. Like, did you used to work at Olive Garden?
You're gonna run that breadstick right to the ground.
I am going to. I've still got Fazoli's and a couple other places to throw in there.
Olive Garden's got some good breadsticks, so I'll give them that.
So salty though.
Yes, I like it some salt.
Like
the cheddar biscuits at Red Lobster. Those are super salty too, but they're so good. I don't like much else to do at those places, but they got the bread figured out.
Every time I go to Olive Garden, I get the same thing, but it's because I'm on dietary restrictions, so I have to be careful what I eat.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I know what I can eat at places. I'll like go through and study their menu, so I know, oh, I can eat this. You know. But of course, my dad was in town one time, and my wife wanted to go out to dinner, so I was looking around, and I'm like, okay, well, I can eat this at Olive Garden and this. So we go, and my wife, not even thinking about it, orders a steak at Olive Garden. The saltiest thing on the menu.
Yeah. You could have ordered it no salt. You would.
I don't know if you could have. Maybe it was made of salt.
You could order that at Steak and Shake too, but it doesn't mean there's not going to be some salt in it.
It's like pretty much, you know, that's like I think all it is a slice of a salt brick. And they heat it up and serve it to you.
It's damn near. Or they cook it on top of a heated salt brick.
Yeah, that's what their grill is a salt brick.
Yeah. We had somebody at work last week. We were, actually I was on grill and I was scraping it off, and the guy behind me's like, "Hey, doesn't that take all the flavoring out of the burgers if you do that?" I'm like, I get where he's coming from, because it's like there's, like really old restaurants that or steakhouses that, even though they clean the grill every night, obviously, like they're supposed to, eventually there's buildup that can season the meat patties that give it a specific flavor. But I'm like, so do you prefer if I just like not clean the grill ever? Because it's gonna get pretty nasty pretty quick. I just thought it was funny.
And then you're like, wait, why am I doing this? I'm the manager.
Oh, I do everything. I'm there with just one other person half the time.
You and every other fast food restaurant.
Yeah, it's a blast. I think we went from 10 to 11 total people, including the 2 owners, me, and 2 other managers, and regular employees. We have 11 people total running the whole store day and night, 7 days a week.
Then you go to places like Chick-fil-A that have got 1 million people working there.
Well, even the Steak and Shake on down over the bridge, I can't remember which one, the Rock Road, I think. They have like 30-something people or something ridiculous like that. I don't know.
I'm sure part of it is who wants the franchise and how much they're willing to pay.
I don't want to get into all that on, while I'm being recorded.
Oh, we're not talking about somebody being a cheapskate.
But allegedly, hypothetically speaking, yeah, if your owners were very incompetent and irresponsible, and it would end up in a situation like I'm in, I would imagine.
It's okay, I didn't put your name on there.
How many other people with this tattoo work at Steak and Shake?
Who's watching? The owner's watching right now.
That would not shock me. That's some creepy shit. No, but they've gone on a week-long vacation twice in the last month. And left us to just figure it out. And took half the safe with them to go swimming. They get back and get all pissy with us about how things aren't the way they should be and this, that, and the other. I'm like, that's why I took this vacation. I've been looking around elsewhere, and I needed a few days to just get away from it. I love all my managers and my employees. I love work. I like working there because I'm good at it, and it just comes naturally now because I've been there a few years and I'm comfortable there. But they just drive me up the wall. I need insurance, and it's just the pay's good. I get paid real damn good for being a fast food manager.
I'm gonna have her just hang out with you
Okay.
and stuff. I gotta go to therapy.
Okay.
I have the phone right here. So, yeah, I don't know if you want answering that.
I don't know. Mads may be in today.
Yeah, but not till like 4.
Yeah. I'm just letting you know.
So, yeah, no, I messaged her.
There was a text from one of my clients. I don't know if you saw. I just came through and I don't know how to answer questions. So.
I don't know the privacy and stuff.
Not free.
Not free. Should I tell them that?
Wait, this isn't free?
I get some people that say how expensive we are.
It depends. Like $150 an hour could technically, depending on the work, be expensive. But if it's color and that's not expensive at all once you get into it.
Well,
Just depends on what you're doing.
And it's our piercings because we only use, high-end jewelry. We don't use cheap jewelry.
Yeah, you're not Claire's. No offense if you've never worked at Claire's.
I've never worked there.
They couldn't pay me enough.
for what I charge for piercings.
My sister's well, I guess she's allergic to nickel or whatever. Hers turned green when she got hers pierced.
Green, that's actually brass.
Brass, yeah. She has to
Forgot.
use the point. Was it 510 or something? She got to use a specific kind of silver.
Shouldn't use
You
silver
want
at
to answer
all.
the phone just so you
Maybe it
know.
wasn't so. I don't know. She got to use a specific kind of metal
And then ask Tracy.
that doesn't react
Is
with her
that
skin.
Tracy?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's about all I can do
Titanium
right
is
now.
really the.
Alright, I'll be annoying you with questions, Tracy.
I'm used to it.
Okay, I'm gonna head over there. They might be able to just get me in a little early.
Okie dokie. I'm just here making these look less like breadsticks.
I should start a counter. It's like
How many
what,
times I
6
say
or so?
breadsticks?
Yeah, something related to breadsticks. Yeah. How soon can I see you again?
Wow, asking for a second date already. You already finished the first one.
You've made that good of an impression.
Generally, you want to wait till there's no peeling or scabbing, so generally about 2 weeks.
Okay.
Especially if we're going to be working on, throwing the color in there.
Yeah. Alright. I got my bike paid off and my phone paid off. A little bit of birthday money in my pocket, and I'm finally in the green again. So now's the time.
Green's always good.
I'm as in the green as I can while still having to make sure the kids are taken care of and
They
Yeah.
take care of themselves,
Yeah.
right?
they're almost there. 2 and 5. They're
Oh, yeah.
they're basically out the door.
Plenty old enough to take care of themselves.
Yeah. I'll tell that to the daycare I'm paying $1,700 a month for.
You get any state assistance or anything?
Which I don't watch this. My baby mom takes care of them. She lives out. She just moved to O'Fallon, Illinois, which is why they went from part-time daycare to full-time daycare. And I was giving her about $1,200 a month, but now she's wanting more, and that's becoming a whole thing. But no, I don't get state assistance. I don't see it. I don't have them enough to to be approved for it.
That just kills me. So times how much daycare is.
It's insane. Childcare right now is childcare and housing and
Oh, yeah.
food and
Everything's ridiculous. And people wonder why I have to change my prices, and it's like,
everybody else has.
Yeah, everything else got expensive. Now I got to keep up with it.
I get that. That's why unless I find another, other than Amazon's the only place I found that could even get close to getting what I get paid right now without having a degree or something. And my mom worked at Amazon for 4 years and just quit because she found a better job a few months ago. And just the story she's told me, I'd rather stay where I'm at and deal with my bosses.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of things. Some people really like it. Other
Yeah.
people have, no luck.
It's not for me. I get why some people like that, but it's not for me. I'll put up with my people above me and deal with that till I can find something better.
Yeah, it's like I couldn't imagine doing something else. I've been doing this for so long.
Well, sure. Well, I assume that you do this because you enjoy it.
No, not at all.
Oh, that'd be wonderful. That's why I need to start doing college courses at night or something.
St. Charles Community College.
Yeah. or do a trade at the very least. I'd rather you go to college and do something I like, video game related or something. But even trade, I get paid double what I'm making right now.
They just started a video game design program at St. Charles Community College.
Really?
Yeah.
Good to know. I figured I could do online courses for the main, the general stuff for the first year, and then go somewhere physical after that, something like that.
Yeah, there's a pretty good program over at Maryville. Maryville's not cheap, though. It is very expensive.
I went to Maryville for a while. They're crazy.
But the nice thing is their cost includes everything. Like, cut, books, supplies, all that stuff. So if you go over there for graphic design, they cover it's everything you need right there in their tuition. But
I had a full ride scholarship to Raleigh, but that didn't pan out. Nowadays, probably not. But back then, I wish I would have took that opportunity when I was younger.
Yeah, life's full of shouldas.
Yeah, can't dwell on that. I suppose.
A lot of things I should have done.
Yeah.
But
it's probably more things I should have done than I have done personally.
I used to work. Said I'd never work a desk job, and worked a desk job for years. And then I started piercing when I was doing that desk job.
At work?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
No. No, I started piercing my friends, and they're like, "Oh, you should open a shop." And so I found a place for rent, and nights and weekends I was piercing. And then it got to a point where I had that open for a few years, and then they did a bunch of construction that pretty much made it impossible to access my shop.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to kind of shut that down. And I started working for another shop, and they found out that I could draw, and they pestered me every day about learning how to tattoo. And it's like, yeah, no, I don't want to do that at all.
What changed your mind?
I got tired of getting pestered every day.
Well, how well did drawing translate to tattooing?
Not that great. I mean, because you have to understand how to draw for a tattoo. Like, drawing's great. If you can, you shouldn't be tattooing if you can't draw. I mean,
sure.
It's simple as that. But, there's some things you don't really need much talent for. Like if you're just doing flash work that's done by someone else.
Yeah.
You don't have to know how to draw. You have to know how to trace.
Follow the lines, yeah.
But, if you want to do truly custom work, or if you want to do realism or something like that, you have to know how to draw.
Yeah.
But, I've had to learn a lot about drawing even since I started tattooing. I went back to school I was pre-med at the time, so I'd gone back to, when I lost my corporate day job, I went back to school, and I switched over to art, and, even then, like, there's a lot that I learned, through art school, but there's still things that, just didn't really translate to tattooing.
Two very different mediums.
Oh God, yeah. I have apprenticed a lot of people, and quite a few of them are people I went to art school with, and yeah, none of them are tattooing now.
Mm-hmm.
They just realized it was way, way different than what they were expecting. But it's not for everyone.
That's interesting. I would have thought that. I always, for some reason, was under the impression that, like, piercings and stuff like that were secondary to the tattoos at most tattoo shops. It sounds like it was kind of vice versa.
They are. I mean, honestly, they're two completely different professions.
Yeah. Well, sure.
They don't really. Honestly, they shouldn't really be together. Honestly, but they've just kind of got lumped together.
Yeah.
I was offered a tattoo apprenticeship when I was 19 years old. I told the guy no. A buddy and I went to go get a tattoo, and I literally just finished my first year in art school. And The first time in college was art, and the guy's like, "Did you draw this?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "You didn't trace it out of a book or something?" I'm like, "No, I drew it, dude. I just literally got done with my first year of art school." He's like, "Oh man, you want to learn how to tattoo?" It's like, "Nope." I might have said yes if the guy was cleaner. That place was filthy. We didn't end up getting the tattoos. It was just like, yeah. My logical brain was screaming, don't do this.
I wiped down the cot before I got this one. Oh man.
Yeah, my brain was just screaming at me, don't do it.
You spend enough time in a small room for 23 out of 24 hours a day, and anything sounds like a fun, exciting idea.
Yeah, long-haired guy.
Well, almost anything. Almost anything sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, shop I was working at when I learned how to tattoo, the owner did not tattoo. He'd actually just gotten out of 14 years, for cooking meth. He never did it, but he said that he just, he liked making money. So he saw that as a way of making money until he got caught. But he got out and he'd had a bunch of money set aside, so he decided, I'm gonna open a tattoo shop. And then he got into selling that bath salt stuff.
Yeah,
spice.
There's where the real money's at.
Oh yeah, he was making $4,000 or $5,000 a day.
Absolutely.
But he, while he was making all that money, he went and got tattoos by some really well-known tattoo artists and really stellar work. But most of it has nudity in it. Okay. Well, then he got busted for the spice he was selling. The guy had told him that they'd switched over to the legal, that they'd switched the chemicals. It turns out they didn't, so he got busted for it and had to go back to the jail. And I'm like, oh, you have fun in there, buddy, with all those nude women all over you. You're going to be really popular.
Yeah, that's a hustle right there. You can get paid some money just to go stand in the bathroom with some guys.
That's just gross.
Yeah, I know. Oh man, wow. 14 years, and his idea when he got out for the best way to make money was a tattoo shop, huh?
Yeah. Did really well until he got arrested.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm sitting at school, and the shop I worked at was literally just a couple blocks from the school, and people were asking me, like, dude, what's happening at your shop? I'm like, what do you mean what's happening at my shop? Like, there's cops everywhere. I'm like, I have no clue. It's like between classes I check my voicemail, and there's a voicemail, and it's like, hey, just to make things easier on you, don't come into work today. I'm like, okay.
Wow.
So I didn't go into work, and then found out the next day what had happened. It's basically they'd sent an undercover in, and they bought some of it, and it tested with the illegal chemicals. So they raided the shop.
Yeah, that was one of the first things I ever had a problem with, because I was 16 when that stuff blew up out here, and there were head shops in the area that didn't check IDs. And yeah, I had a friend that passed away from seizures from not having any of that stuff back when I was 9 or 17. That stuff's horrible. But I know several people that owned head shops that were making, easily 6 figures every couple months.
Yeah.
That stuff was crazy. Yeah, that blew up there for a little while.
I just stayed away from it. I'm like, I am not here to sell it. I'm here to tattoo and pierce, so I'm not going to deal with that.
When anybody that thought that it was just like a legal form of weed was lying to themselves, it wasn't anything like weed.
Well, the funny part is the first person who ever stopped into the shop to sell it was from Utah. So I used to live in Idaho. They're coming out of Salt Lake City.
Wow.
Like, how's that an irony for you? But people think, Salt Lake City's all Mormon.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's really not.
Everywhere's got a dark side to it.
Yeah, Salt Lake City's actually got really high crime right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I used to live in Salt Lake City. When I first moved out west, that's where I moved to.
I spent a little time in Oregon, a little time in California, and a little time in Texas, but most of 29 years now have been spent here.
Yeah, see, I moved here early 90s. My dad got a job here. We moved from New York to here. And then I was working a day job and couldn't afford to go back to school. And my mom and dad got separated and decided they were going to get divorced. And I moved. I met a kid from Utah when I was living here. He convinced me that he was here just for the summer. His parents sent him out here to live with family for the summer because he was having some legal problems back home. And so he convinced me to move out there. So me and my girlfriend loaded up the car and moved out west on like $150.
Try to do that today.
And then I lived out there for a long time before moving back here. So
I didn't pay for the gas to get you out here.
probably not. The car I had at the time got like 40 miles to the gallon or something.
What kind of car do you have?
It was a Chevy Sprint. It was like the predecessor of the Geo Metro.
Okay. That's really damn good gas mileage for real.
Now it's like I get like 18. I drive a truck now, but I mean, we traded in the car and the truck because it was the same gas mileage as the car.
Yeah.
And we can, haul stuff until people know if they ask for help.
That's the best part about having a truck, isn't it?
I don't know anyone, so I don't have to worry about anyone asking
I
me
hear
to
that.
move.
I can relate. Nobody asked me to help them move anything on my electric bike, so I don't have to worry about that.
I was going to go get a 85-inch TV at Best Buy. I think you could help me with that.
You
What is that on right now? Is that on?
She told me to turn it to 0, turn it off, and pop it open.
Okay. Yep.
Got one of those, what are they called? Something flyers. One of those red little, what are those things called now? I can't remember. Handle, 4 wheels, put pumpkins in the back of it. You pull it around.
Wagon,
thank you. I couldn't think of the word wagon. A something flyer.
Radio flyer.
Radio flyer. There it is. That took a lot more.
A thing that you put stuff in. And
yeah, well, you figured it out though. You got me. Yeah, just grab one of them. I'll get a rope and we'll hook it to the back.
An 85-inch TV. My wife keeps saying that's what she wants to do for Christmas this year is an 85-inch TV, and I'm like, our TV stand is made for a 65-inch. We have a 65-inch.
Is it a stand for that has like legs on each side, or just in the center?
It's a big, huge, heavy duty with a pedestal.
Okay.
Where's the bathroom again?
It is the one that says restroom.
Sorry.
I don't know if the door's open or not, so if it's not, give me a sec.
Yeah, it's locked. There's your doors on your phone.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Looks cool.
Yeah, you should have seen it before.
Before? What was it before?
It's what it was, just horrible.
Just horrible.
I got it done in prison, and
that's fun.
he did not do a great job. He did one on my shin, and it justified me getting this done because I like how that turned out. But
He decided he wanted breadsticks.
yeah, well, that's what he decided. I decided, I guess.
What's
The sad
that?
part though is I did draw the stencil myself for this one,
Oh,
so
you did?
it's still kind of my fault at the end of the day.
Well, hey, honestly, here's the thing that I always tell people, especially when they want a tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I'll have them draw me something that everyone knows what they look like.
Mm-hmm.
you know, just because, you know, they're like, well, I can draw so good, I don't need to do all this. And it's like, really? Draw me a bear. Right now.
Yeah. I couldn't
And you know
even
what?
begin.
The thing is, you know what a bear looks like.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
drawing one?
Yeah, totally
No.
different. Yeah.
Unless you have a resource, you know, unless you have a reference to look at or drawn a bear 1,000 times.
I'm especially horrible when it comes to proportion and like depth when it comes to human figure or animal, any living thing. Basically, I can't make it look 3D whatsoever.
Well, and it's like when you first came in, it's like, yes, I know what a drumstick looks like, but even I was struggling drawing a drumstick, you know?
Yeah. And I didn't have any references obviously in there, so I did my best playing. But after playing drums as many years as I have,
You'd think you would know.
I thought I had them the same length too. I swear I drew one and then I used that one to draw the second one, so I thought that they were the exact same length.
But it's possible too. Oh, excuse me. This happens all the time, where the artist just loses the stencil and just kind of makes it up. And, you know.
It was pretty cool though. We used a specific kind of paper. I can't remember what kind, but a specific kind of paper we were able to get in there, and then just the roll-on non-scented deodorant. Roll that on the stencil, put it down on the skin, press down on it for a couple minutes, and it left a really first blue pen, and then the deodorant, and then put down the stencil, and it leave a perfect imprint of the stencil on your skin.
Yeah, but
They got it
you
all
start
figured
working
out.
away and you lose that stencil.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's happened to me in Netman Pro.
Yeah. It is cool how they do it in there, though, all things considered. Not smart or healthy or anything, but it's cool.
I feel it's some stuff I should know just in case, but
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
not that I ever plan on doing anything that would end up in there. But life has a way of kicking you in.
Yeah. Well, don't speak that into existence. You don't want all that.
Well,
Luckily, it was a short little bit for me.
With
And
my health conditions, hopefully they would just be like, yeah, no, he needs to be under medical care.
yeah, you would hope. I don't know. That spot again.
It's only because you like it. I kept my nose clean this far.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to jinx you, but I think you're gonna be all right. No, I'm never going back. As much as that place sucked, and it definitely wasn't like it rehabilitated me or anything, but just having that time away from the lifestyle I was living, and now being able to do things different, it did help save my life for sure. I'd probably be dead by now.
Oh, that's good then.
Yeah, it all worked out in the end.
I was arrested one time, and all charges were dropped because it was mistaken identity.
No kidding.
Because I looked exactly like one of my friends. So they had confused the two of us, or thought I was him, even though my ID said that I was not him. But yeah, it all got dropped. I should have sued the police officer though, because he was not a very nice person. I'm not sure if that word's on there.
Wouldn't have been acting the way he did now if they had body cams.
Yeah. But you know, hey, it's not an easy job, you know.
No.
It's really not an easy job.
Yeah.
It's not. I almost did that job once upon a time. I was a security guard. I was heading to post. And,
That's even worse, almost.
oh yeah,
Because you
get
get no respect. Yeah. Yeah.
But I was heading to post, and it was one night I took a break and ran home real quick, and my wife at the time was sitting there bawling, and I'm like, "What are you bawling about?" She's like, "I just was watching Cops, and his wife went into labor and got shot and killed in a traffic stop." Well, his wife was going into labor. She's like, "I don't want you to be a cop."
She probably doesn't need to be watching Cops in that situation. That's the last thing I'd be watching. If my wife or whatever was out on call.
There's only one time where they actually had an active search going in an area where I was a guard at. Basically, my boss heard it on the scanner, and he hurried up over to my site because I didn't know anything was going on. I was literally in the bathroom at the time that it all happened. So I had heard some pops, but it was around the 4th of July, so I thought it was just fireworks or something. Turns out there was a drive-by shooting right across the street.
Oh, man. You didn't hear the gunshots or nothing?
Nope. I heard pop, pop, pop.
Oh,
Pop. I was inside the building.
Yeah.
There's an apartment complex like right across the street. There was a drive-by shooting in the apartment complex. My boss came flying over and he's like, just lock yourself in the building and stay there. He's like, don't be out there with your badge on, you know.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have a gun, so.
Yeah, that's probably good enough. I mean, I have respect for anybody, whether you're a cop or anybody. As long as you got respect for me, I got respect for you.
Yep. Oh, there were some that were awful.
Yeah.
Some of the Salt Lake County sheriffs, man, I arrived on site one night and I literally had just gotten out of my car to do my first round, and all of a sudden, like 11 cop cars show up on the site, and I'm like, what the hell?
Crap.
And this female,
what was your friend in trouble for?
I don't even know what. Well,
something serious.
I don't even know what was going on. And all of a sudden, this female sheriff gets in my face, starts yelling at me. She's like, "You're here to prevent stuff like this," and blah blah blah. And I'm like, my shift started 2 minutes ago. Like I got here just before you guys did. I don't even know what's going on. You know?
That's crazy.
I mean,
She just straight to blaming you,
ripping me up and down. Then one of the other officers comes over and he's like, "Man, I'm really sorry for that." And he's like, "Yeah, I get it. It's just tense, and she shouldn't be blaming you for it." And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't even know what the hell's going on." And
even
he,
if you did,
he filled me in on what was going on. It was a domestic disturbance, but with a gun involved. And,
well, you didn't have one of them though. So
yeah,
what
it's
were
like,
you even
what
supposed
have I
to
done?
do anyway? Yeah.
Hide behind the bushes and call the cops.
Jump in front of the bullet for somebody.
Okay, sir. Take a look. See.
All right. It definitely looks better. That's for sure. I'm just excited to add to it. It's a good start though. I got no complaints.
I think once we get the background started, we'll add some highlights in those. Just
yeah.
And separate. Some of those are going to fade down because it's not. Right now, it's just done, so it's going to be darker, of course.
Yep.
A little darker than I generally work, but I've got all those existing lines that we have to contend with. Usually I can work a little bit lighter on those, but some of that's going to lighten up some, and then once we put highlights in there. But I don't want to really play too much with the highlights until we have your other stuff figured out.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I don't want to put highlights in and then go, oh, those don't work.
Yeah. Nope, that makes sense to me.
Okay. Let's go ahead and tear down here.
Apparently we got like some big chat.
Okay, I don't know what that is. It's like probably
That's
spam.
a message from Stream whatever.
Yeah, probably a spam message from
Probably.
whoever's watching. But hey, at least I'm getting a watch, right? That's a big thing in that streaming world.
Yeah. Every viewer makes a big difference.
I didn't realize you were on Twitch.
I just started Twitch today, actually. Just because of what I've been using, I've only been able to stream like 2 things at a time. So I'm usually using the shop YouTube and my personal YouTube. But now I'm on shop YouTube, my personal YouTube, and Twitch. I'll probably eventually have like Facebook or something to it. The more the merrier, right?
Yeah.
I can do like 5 different streams, so, or 5 different locations.
What if you connected to TikTok? TikTok Live?
They ban people a lot.
They stopped me from going live on TikTok for like 30 days because I hit my vape in the camera.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things that get said in the tattoo shop.
You can do it on Kick. You could do literally anything on Kick and get away with it.
Right there.
Well, thanks for watching.